on page 169. We're talking about, excuse me, I'm a little cold. Talking about Bitachon for people who find themselves in different social situations. So, v'imya botech b'elokim b'al isho kroivim v'oavim v'oavim yiftach b'elokim b'hatzalos mehem. If somebody has a family, right? Earlier we were talking about somebody who's alone, so he doesn't have family and relatives. So we talked about how to have bitachon in that situation. And now here we're talking about someone who has a family, he has a wife, he has kids, friends, and enemies. He should rely on Hashem, that he should be saved from them. Explain what that means. He should try to fulfill his obligations to them. If a person has a family, he has to support them, so he shouldn't be so overly anxious because that he feels that everything is upon him. He should try his best to do it, but really we're going to see that he has to trust in Hashem that he's going to be able to fulfill all his obligations to them. But he should try. He's chayav to try to fulfill his obligations to them. V'lasos cheftzeihem, do what they need. V'lios libo shalim ahem, and to have his heart full with them. V'yiraf yadam mehazakasam, and he shouldn't cause them any damage. V'saviv alma shiyeh tov lahem, and he should try to do his best to what's good to him, good for them. And he shouldn't be stressed out because of them. And he shouldn't do them any harm. He should act appropriately towards them. And he should be a neman in fulfilling everything that they need. And in addition to providing for them their physical needs, he should also do what they need in their spiritual needs by encouraging them to serve Hashem and teaching them the ways to follow the Torah. Like it says, it says, love your fellow as yourself. And it says, don't hate your friend in your heart. So we often take these psukim, these verses, to mean about, usually when we think of them, we apply them to other people. Love your neighbor as yourself. So we think about our friends or random guy in shul, but we often forget that applies to our immediate family just like it applies to everybody else. You find that sometimes people are nicer to strangers than they are to their own family members. That's something that we have to be very, very careful of. Right? You can't speak, just like you can't speak lashon hara about a random person. You can't speak lashon hara about a family member. Just like you have to do chesed with a random person you meet, you have to do chesed with your family members. You think every time that your kid wakes up crying and you have to give him a bottle or something, you're fulfilling the mitzvah of haftar erecha kamocha. You're doing a chesed. Very often they do chesed in public because they'll get recognition for it. People say, oh wow, look at you, you're such a big bal chesed, you do so much kindness, what a person. But behind closed doors, when they're with their immediate family, they don't do it because you don't get the honor. So sometimes it's much harder to do chesed with our immediate family because we don't get the recognition for it. That's true chesed. And also the mitzvah of not hating a fellow in your heart applies to the family also. If somebody does something to you that it bothers you and you feel like feelings of hatred coming, you should have to discuss it with them. Obviously not through anger, but you have to say, you did X, Y, Z. I feel like you did X, Y, Z. Can we talk about it? Because I have these feelings to you. So you shouldn't let it fester inside of you and get worse and worse. Okay, lo liyachal hagamul mehem. You shouldn't do all these things to support your family because you're going to get benefit from them. V'lo the kadem etzlam, and not because they're going to be indebted to you, and not because you want praise and you want honor, and not because you want to rule over them, but rather in order to fulfill the mitzvahs of Hashem, and to guard the bris, the covenant and the directive that you have regarding your family, right? When Hashem gives a person a family, He is entrusting him to take care of them. So he has a bris with his family, a covenant with his family. So we're coming out that a person has to do all that he can to support his family, and we're saying that the mitzvah of haftar erecha kamocha applies to the family as well. But really, he has to trust in Hashem. He should do everything that he's supposed to do, but he should really trust in God that everything is coming from Him. Because somebody who, in relation to his family, does it for the ulterior motives like we discussed earlier, i.e. he's doing it so that they'll honor him or that they'll owe him. They're not, these people they're not going to get what they need. He's not going to be able to provide for them. He'll have nothing. Not only that, he'll lose his schar olam haba. So if somebody has bitachon in Hashem and does it for the right reasons because this is what Hashem wants him to do, he's going to be successful. But if he does it for ulterior motives, not only will he not be successful in reaching being able to get the physical needs that he needs to provide for them, but also he's going to lose his olam haba. And if he does it because it's serving Hashem, Hashem will help him to help him in this world. And they will declare his praise. And he'll be uplifted in their eyes. And so, not if a person does it for the right reasons, because he's serving Hashem, this is what Hashem wants him to do, is to care for his family. Then not only is Hashem going to help him provide for his family, but also he's going to get reward in the next world. Just like Hashem said to King Solomon, also that which you did not ask me, I will give you, also wealth and also honor. So Shlomo Melech was a person that trusted in Hashem, and even though he didn't ask to have honor and wealth, he received honor and wealth. So the idea is that when we trust in Hashem and we do what we're supposed to do, Hashem will provide us for what we're trying to achieve, and also we're going to get even more than what we asked for. I'm going to stop here for today.